Hey ladies and gentlemen, Steven here from Adolescence and welcome back to another video. I really do appreciate you tuning in, and I have Gary joining me once more.
Hey everybody.
Gary has a YouTube channel called No Nonsense. I'm going to link it down below. And today I have the pleasure of talking about a fragrance that I actually purchased a few years back, and this one has been around since 2006, believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah, so 12 years. And this one by the company Courvoisier is called L'Edition Imperiale, so stay tuned. Once again, this fragrance was released in 2006, and the way that I got about acquiring my bottle is I was on a vacation. I was actually on a cruise, and I don't remember where I went. I want to say it was St. Thomas of the U.S. Virgin Islands, and there was a duty-free shop there, and my eye naturally gravitated towards this bottle because, believe it or not, it happened to be the most expensive one that they were selling.
Really?
So, yeah, that day I bought two fragrances. Escada Magnetism, which at the time was already discontinued. So I was like, all right, might as well buy a bottle. And then I bought this one, which this is a, not even 100 ml, this is a 75 ml, and I bought it for $120.
Did you know about this prior? Were you familiar with the fragrance?
No, actually, it was my wife that turned to me and goes, you know, this is a cognac brand. And I was like, oh, is it? So I was kind of expecting this to have a bit of a boozy feel, but it doesn't.
No, not at all. Just the opposite.
Yeah, so what do you get from this?
I get a vetiver. It's in the opening, like we did talk.
We did talk about it, yeah.
And I get vetiver, and I get I said like it's silver mountain water type of vibe in the opening. And at first we were going back and forth. I was like, is there jasmine in the fragrance? And no, there was no jasmine.
Lily.
And then there was lily. And then we found there's tea listed as a note in the fragrance. Tea is also listed as a note. Yep. Silver mountain water. So I was like, okay, there's the connection. That's gotta be what my nose is picking up on. It doesn't smell like silver mountain water, you know, but it gets kind of woodsy. It's nice. It's
not your favorite.
I wouldn't go out and buy it.
Yeah.
If it was, if it was gifted to me, I'd wear it. Then again, with the amount of fragrances I have.
Yeah.
They wind up getting lost in the shuffle.
That is true. Truth be told, at the time, I was buying everything in sight. So if it's a fragrance from a collector standpoint, if it's a fragrance that I didn't own, chances are I picked it up. Never really had the money or the finances for it, but I was so engrossed into the hobby that's sort of what I did. In the past year or so, actually more than a couple of years, I've been a bit more conservative with my spending.
I'm the same way now. When I first started getting into the hobby, I remember even going to walking into a Marshall's and going into the fragrance section.
Yeah.
And my wife would want to choke me because I would literally be walking out with stuff like
that.
She was like, and then years later you come to realize, I'm never going to wear this. I'm never going to wear 90210.
Exactly, but I bought it.
Yes,
I bought it
Beverly Hills.
Yes.
Yep. And I bought it
it's terrible, isn't it?
It's horrible.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things, and then as you realize I'm not gonna wear it, so you kind of pick and choose a little. At least I try to.
Yeah.
I try to. I'm not there yet, but I try to be a little more selective.
Exactly. It's so funny because the descriptions that you gave for this fragrance are pretty much the ones that I would make for it as well.
Really? Okay,
you said you picked up on the note of tea, which I also do as well. I just found that there was something in here that gave off a clean, almost soapy vibe. And I didn't know what to attribute it to, but I think it might be the tea in combination with the lily. I'm not quite sure.
I don't pick up, it doesn't come off as soapy to me. Soapy is not the word I would use. I mean, what you smell is what you smell.
Yeah, of course. It's not like a clean iris kind of a soapy scent. It's not like an amber pour-homme, despite the fact that this does have amber in it. But to what extent it's being used in here, I'm really not sure. It's not overly resinous. It's not sweet. It's not balsamic. So, I don't know.
The more I smell it, the more I actually kind of like it.
Yeah.
In full honesty, it comes off. The more I smell it, the more it comes off. I still get it's a more of a mature fragrance for a more mature man. This isn't. I don't find it very youthful.
Could be the spices. There's coriander.
It's definitely spices.
So according to user votes on Fragrantica, the most concentrated note is marigold,
Okay.
which, I mean, presumably has a floral feel because it's a flower, right? I don't really get anything distinctly floral about
No.
this. Like you said, I do pick up on the vetiver.
Mm-hmm.
It opens up a bit aggressive, almost like with the presence of the alcohol, the perfumer's alcohol. It almost makes you think that there is a boozy note about it. But then very quickly it does tone itself down. You get the tea, like you said, and it cleans itself up rather nicely. What about occasions? Like, do you find this one to be pretty versatile?
For a mature individual,
Yeah.
it's definitely a versatile fragrance. You can wear it, dress it up, dress it down.
Yeah.
I originally liked a little bit. I actually liked a little bit of the roughness in the opening.
Yeah.
And then as it starts to tame down, I'm just like, it's not for me.
I do too. I think it's really interesting in the opening, but it does tame down in, I want to say, like the first 5 to 10 minutes.
Yes.
So it happens very quickly,
yes.
yeah. But all in all, I think it's a very pleasant fragrance. Longevity on is about like 6 hours.
Yeah. And I remember when we first sprayed it, when you told me, it's a vetiver fragrance, and I was just like, vetiver's not my thing. And I was pleasantly surprised when I first sprayed it. I was like, oh, okay, this isn't that bad. It's not bad. It's not something I like, or I love, should I say? But it's not that bad.
I think some people at home might listen to the way that we described it and the comparisons that we made, and if you think clean vetiver, I'm sure one of the first fragrances that comes to mind is Mugler Cologne.
Yep.
This smells nothing like Mugler Cologne. But it is a vetiver. You smell the vetiver, and it does have a clean, maybe not necessarily soapy. Not everybody's going to pick up on that, but it has a clean vibe. It's not a dirty, rough and tumble, aggressive vetiver like Sycamore or Encre Noir or something like that.
Okay, no.
But I also agree with you. I think this one can be worn dressed up.
Sure.
Just because it's an intriguing fragrance. Like, it's not your run-of-the-mill, designer.
Yeah, it doesn't smell bad. It doesn't smell bad.
Would you go as far as to say this is niche quality?
Actually, I would definitely say this could be considered niche. Yeah. Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, it definitely has a creative aspect about it that's kind of intriguing.
And it's not a cheap, it doesn't smell cheap. It doesn't smell cheaply made.
Yeah.
No, not at all. It does, there's an upper scale to this.
It's so funny because I was actually a bit disappointed because, like I said, I paid $120 for it. And then when I got home, I looked online and it was like severely discounted online. And I was like, why did I buy it? I don't remember. It might have been like $70, $80, which is still like $40 or $50.
Yeah, that's
fewer than.
It's another bottle.
Yeah, it is another bottle. So, I mean, at the end of the day, as a collector, I'm really happy to have it in my collection. Sure. There is a formal vibe about it. I think it is pretty versatile just because there's nothing about it that's going to offend. Very carefree, easygoing, nonchalant. And this is the kind of scent that I think will get you positive attention. So it has a nice feel about it. When I first bought it, I was more convinced that there was a boozy nuance about it. Now, after smelling many fragrances and some like really markedly boozy compositions, this one doesn't compare. It doesn't hold the light.
You hear Courvoisier, and you're like, oh, this is booze.
Yeah.
Nope. Not in this one. Not here.
Well, it is what it is, and I want to thank you at home for watching this video. Always. I appreciate it. And I want to thank you, Garry, for coming over.
Anytime, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks, man. We should do this more often, really.
Absolutely.
So once again, Garry's information is going to be down below. So if you feel like you brought any value to this review, which I know he did, he's a very good friend of mine, very well read on fragrances, has quite the collection himself. If you guys watch his videos, you'll know that this guy knows what he's talking about. So it's always a pleasure to have you on my channel.
Thanks, man. Really appreciate it.
So definitely subscribe to him. Also, if you're a newcomer to this channel, please consider subscribing here as well. I have a lot of fragrance reviews, top 10s, giveaways, unboxings, special guests, and a whole lot of other fragrance-related content, so I would really appreciate it if you hung around for a while. And also remember to enable notifications by clicking on the little bell icon. This way you never miss any of my future content. You're always up to date. Yeah, please do. So thanks again for watching. We love you guys. We'll see you in the next episode. Take care.